I'm from Lapeer County. So good morning. I'm here again to check the status of the park's stance on drones. But first, I want to talk about driver's licenses. Imagine for a moment the difficulty of traveling around the state, but having to know and comply with different driver's licensing restrictions in every municipality. Imagine having to stop at the border of Genesee County to verify that you have the proper license to drive, and then having to stop again at the city of Flint to make sure you have a different license, which is not valid in Burton or Davison or anywhere else. Before you could begin a trip across the state, you would first need to study the ordinances in each community you plan to drive through, apply for a license, pay a registration fee, and pray you can get all the details sorted out before you leave for the big trip. This process would be exhausting and nearly impossible to comply with. Plus, it would cripple tourism, commerce, and the economy. To prevent this problem, the state of Michigan found it necessary to adopt one standard driver's license that is valid throughout the entire state, and removed the ability of local governments to enact or enforce further restrictions. Driver's licenses are just one example. The state has chosen to preempt local governments in several areas, including unmanned aircraft. As a hobbyist or as a commercial pilot, I can be confident knowing that I can fly in any state or local park anywhere in Michigan, as long as I follow state and federal regulations. If I'm given a request to search for a missing child with aerial thermal imaging, or assist the SWAT team with locating a barricaded gunman, or if I want to film an old steam locomotive as a hobbyist, I can feel confident knowing where I can and cannot fly and exactly who I need to get permission from without having to worry about local ordinances. This is the reason that the state enacted MCL 259.305. And then also, the FAA controls the national airspace, and their authority also supersedes local regulations. Genesee County has absolutely no authority to govern aircraft in the sky. And state law is crystal clear. Genesee County shall not enact or enforce an ordinance or resolution that regulates the ownership or operation of unmanned aircraft, or otherwise engage in the regulation of the ownership or operation of unmanned aircraft, except Genesee County may regulate unmanned aircraft that are used by the county. If you want to regulate drones, perhaps you can form a coalition with other municipalities that have similar concerns. Mackinac Island is likely the municipality that has come the closest to finding a legal means of regulating unmanned aircraft. They have been lobbying the legislature to carve out an exception that would allow for certain local regulation. It is possible that you can get the legislature to modify the existing framework, but until then, you gotta follow the law. And the law says Genesee County shall not regulate drones.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.